had the iPhone 15 Pro Max for a little over a month now, and I have to say, I actually really like it. But I'm coming from an iPhone 12 Pro Max, so obviously there's a significant jump there. So the upgrade in my head was well worth it. So originally the way I wanted to film this day in the life was we were meant to be going on a hike, but we're not going anymore because there's a huge storm coming in Dublin. So obviously that won't happen. But we are still busy today, so I am going to take the phone with me on a full day in the life. It's my sister's birthday today. I have to go and get Christmas shopping, and there's a few other bits in between. This will be a full-on real-world day in the life with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The battery is currently on 88%. I did use it a little bit when I woke up this morning, scrolling on social media for a few minutes. And then obviously I'm using ProRes at the minute. That's what I'm filming in. So obviously that is eating the battery up a little bit. But I'm hoping we won't have to charge it for the whole day. But first thing is first, before anything, I need a coffee. Right, so I'll be honest, the main reason I upgraded from the 12 Pro Max was solely for the camera. Like realistically, I didn't need a dynamic island. I didn't need an action button. The phone was perfectly fine, but the camera is a huge thing for me, especially the way I am now with creating content. I'm creating content so much and I need a good camera to back it up. So I was torn between getting a mirrorless camera or getting the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Then I looked at it in a way of like actual real world usage with obviously social media, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of an all-in-one for me at the minute. I'm probably still gonna get a camera. So there's been a change of plan. I now have to bring my girlfriend to the shop, but she's gonna buy me coffee. So it's kind of a win-win. How are you? Can I get bacon and sausage McMuffin, please? Yes, thank you. Hey, can I get 2 iced caramel lattes, please, with oat milk? So we got home about an hour ago. I sat down and chilled out for a bit, had a bit of chocolate, watched a bit of YouTube. Didn't really do anything. I didn't put the phone on charge or anything like that. Came home and the phone was on 49%, which is actually not bad because I was out, I was filming, I was using Spotify, I was using Google Maps, so I was draining the battery a good bit. I don't think it's going to last for the whole day. I really hope it does because it'll make for a good review and I want it to do well, do you know what I mean? Because I love the phone. But obviously it is going to have positives and negatives, which I'll get into at the end of the video. But yeah, I just don't think the battery is going to last for the whole day because I have still so much to do. It's only 2 o'clock in the day. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm filming some fashion content, and then after the fashion content I'm going off to my nanny's because I have like a little office space over there, but I'm trying to kind of organise and get set because I want to do it up in the new year because I want to turn it into like a content creator studio where I can obviously then just create content, go in, everything is there for me. I just need to press one switch and everything comes alive basically. So that's what I'm doing now. Obviously I'm going to be filming now, so that might drain the battery a little bit more. So I don't think the battery's going to last. I really hope it does, but we'll see. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've come to the realisation that I will need to charge the phone. The phone is only on 20%. After all that content I done and all that kind of stuff and getting ready, the phone is now on 20%, but I'm going over now to do these last few bits. So I am going to have to charge the phone. And again, I don't mind because I'm using it quite a bit today. Like I've been scrolling on social media as well for a good bit. But anyways, let's go. Right, so I've just finished up a load of editing this video that you're watching right now, and I do have to say I did charge the phone. I needed some juice because I needed to do a couple of things while I was on my phone, but in saying that, the fast charging was really good. The phone was on 8% when I put it on charge, and in about 20 minutes it was up to 45%, which is absolutely insane. Especially for the Pro Max model with that bigger battery, you'd expect it to take a lot longer to charge up. So I wanted to sit down and talk about a couple of points that I have about the 15 Pro Max. And then the question you're probably asking this whole video, should you spend your hard-earned money and upgrade to the 15? Now we have to remember, before I get into these points, I came from an iPhone 12 Pro Max, so no matter what model I've gone in the last couple of years, whether it's the 13, 14 or obviously the one I have now, the 15, it was going to be a significant jump. In my opinion, if you're coming from a 12 like myself, a 13 I would definitely upgrade, but if you're coming from a 14, I just don't think it's justifiable enough to upgrade to the 15. I just don't think there's enough there to justify an upgrade to the 15 from a 14. Now in saying that, I want to talk about some of the positives that I have with the phone and some of the negatives that I also have with the phone. So the positives I have with the phone, and I have to say I really like this phone. I I've enjoyed using it over the last month, and it's been a big upgrade from my 12 Pro Max. For me, the biggest thing was obviously the camera, so I'm really happy with the camera. I really like that main camera, how crisp and clean it is. The wide angle is absolutely brilliant. And then lastly, I love the addition of the telephoto lens. I think it's a really good step forward, and I've actually found myself using it a lot more than I thought I would for shots. Secondly, I just love the hardware, the 15 Pro Max over my 12 Pro Max. It's just so much quicker, it's so much brighter, it's just so much easier to use. It's just a well-made piece of machinery. I also really like the addition of USB-C, even though this is going to be the standard going forward, but I have to say it is a welcomed addition in my life. I found it so much easier. I have a lot of devices that are USB-C, and it's so easy to just plug one out into the phone, and that is it. Now when I'm packing or traveling or anything like that, I just need to bring around 1, max 2 lightning cables, which is brilliant. And then lastly, one of my favorite things, and one of the main reasons why I upgraded instead of going for a camera, is the ability to shoot in a log format. I think this is a really good indicator of where iPhones are going in the future, and I just never thought I'd be able to shoot in a log format, especially on an iPhone. It just sounds crazy. Now, while I do have my positives, I also have my negatives. For me, the most important negative is definitely the battery. Now, in saying that, I do have very heavy use on the phone, whether it's recording content, scrolling social media, or just being in the phone in general. But in saying that, I genuinely think that my 12 Pro Max could keep up, if not be better than the 15 Pro Max battery, in my opinion. Negative number 2 is sometimes when I'm using the phone, it'll glitch out from time to time for no reason whatsoever, and I don't know why it's happening. I've seen a few people talk about this as well, especially with the camera app. It's not like it's happening every single time I use the phone, it's only on occasion, but still. And then lastly, sometimes when I'm using the front facing camera, it'll go into focus, then it will go out of focus, back into focus, out of focus, and it can be really annoying. But like I say, this only happens on occasion, it doesn't happen every single time I use it. This is me just kind of really trying to critique down and the little kind of nitpicking part. So a lot of people have brought up the overheating issue with the new iPhones. From my experience and the usage that I've done, really heavy usage, using a lot of things at the one time, whether it's editing, whether it's shooting in log format, whatever, I'm using it a lot, and it hasn't really overheated once. It's gotten warm, which is natural, obviously, because you're putting a lot of strain on the phone, but it has never once felt like, oh my god, my hand is burning. So in conclusion, I really love the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It was an absolutely huge jump up from the 12 Pro Max, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So we will do another review at the 6-month mark. Maybe that opinion might change, maybe it'll get better, who knows. But if you like this type of video, definitely drop me a like and a subscribe, as it took way longer than it should have. Anyways, adios, see you in the next one.